In my right hand, I have the achievement patch for achieving a high score on River Raid. In my left hand, I have the acknowledgement letter from Activision congratulating me on their high score. I'm an official River Raider. Activision had these achievement patches for a number of Commodore 64 games in the early 1980s. So why is it that you've never heard about these before until right now? In this video, I'll let you know why, what patches you could achieve, and the process to get those patches as well. So let's get started. So Activision had these cool achievement patches that you could iron on to your school bag or your jersey or your jacket. So why is it you haven't heard about these before? Well, we'll let you know in this video. But first of all, I'll show you what patches you could achieve back in the early 1980s from Activision. And then at the end of the video, I'll show you these Activision achievement letters. So they're really worthwhile reading. And I'll put those at the end of this video so you can pause the screen and read them. Definitely worthwhile. So what achievement patches could you achieve in the early 1980s? If you scored over 40,000 points in River Raid, you could become a River Raider. Beamrider had two patches available, one for scoring 60,000 points or more, and this one, which was rare, must have been replaced or something, if you achieved 40,000 points or more. In Pitfall, you could be inducted into the Explorers Club if you scored over 20,000 points. In H.E.R.O, you could become a member of the Order of the H.E.R.O by scoring 70,000 points or more. In Space Shuttle, you could become a space pilot if you scored 5 docks with 4,500 units of fuel left, or you could become the rank of Space Commander if you achieved 6 docks with 7,500 units of fuel left. In Toy Bazaar, you could get promoted to the official Toy Troubleshooter rank if you scored over 70,000 points. And in Activision's Decathlon, if you achieved gold, silver or bronze, you could get your corresponding patch. What was the purpose of these achievement patches? Bragging rights. You can imagine those schoolyard arguments back in the 1980s. Who was better at what game? What proof did you have to prove that you were as good as you said you were? Achievement patches. If your friends or yourself had one of these on your school bag or your jacket, this was absolute proof that you were as good as you said you were, because Activision had verified your high score and sent you this achievement patch. Why is it that you've never heard about these before you start watching this video at least? It's because of pirates. It's because more pirates owned Commodore 64s in the 1980s than sailed the 7 seas throughout history.
Pirate's life is the only life for me. Here there be pirates.
99.9% of the games I had on my Commodore 64 were pirated. And now one of the downfalls, apart from the whole legality issue, one of the downfalls of having pirated games is that you never knew exactly how to play the game. You had to work out what the goal was, what the whole background story was, what the controls were. That's because we didn't have instructions. Now if we did have genuine Activision games, we would have found out that on the instructions there was a coupon explaining the high score that you had to achieve for that game and the process you had to go through to get your Activision patch. For example, in Helicopter Emergency Rescue Operation, aka H.E.R.O, you were invited to join the Order of the H.E.R.O by including a photograph of your TV screen of your high score and filling in the coupon. In Pitfall, you would look through the instructions and you are told how to join the Pitfall Harry's Explorers Club, and in Space Shuttle's 32-page manual, on page 23, you are told how you could earn your wings. The process itself was pretty much the same each time. You had to achieve the high score that was set out, take a photograph of your TV screen, send that photograph with a self-addressed envelope or $1 to Activision. They in return would verify your high score from your photograph and then they'll send you an Activision achievement patch. Once Activision sends you your achievement patch, they'll also send you your achievement letter. Now these, of course, like I mentioned, are very quirky, quite fun to read. So I'll show you these right now on the screen, so you can pause the screen on each one and read them. I just want to say thank you, friends, for continuing to support this channel, and thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. While these letters are scrolling, if you were born in the 1970s, 1980s, which you most likely were if you're watching this video, you know taking a photograph of your TV screen was a mission in itself. Here's the process of how to take a photograph of your TV screen in 1984. First of all, achieve the high score. Run and find your parents' Kodak camera. Line up the shots to make sure there wasn't too much reflection or glare on your CRT TV screen. Take the photograph hoping it wasn't too blurry, and then you had two options. One, wait for your parents to use the other 23 exposures on the film, or two, wind off the film and get it developed. You settle for the latter, knowing that the film in 1984 was expensive and you're costing your parents money. But so was the development. So you grab all of your pocket money, you catch the bus into town, and you visit the local photo lab. In 1984, the development was 1, expensive, and 2, took a week to be done. So you catch the bus back home and you return in 1 week. When you get your envelope of photographs, you thumb through the photographs, you find the TV screen high score photo. If it wasn't too blurry, it wasn't too much glare, you knew it was good to use. You'd walk down to the post office and you got a stamp in the envelope and you posted it to Activision. What an achievement in itself.